The Basics creator and co-founder of Oddworld, Lauren Lanning, is here in the studio to show us exclusive gameplay and the newest iteration in the Oddworld series. We're taking an in-depth look at the upcoming Oddworld Soulstorm, which picks up where Oddworld New and Tasty, the reboot of 1998's Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, left off. Soulstorm rewrites some of the canon of the series and solidifies its place as an official sequel in the 2D world. I got to check this out a few weeks ago with Lauren. Lauren, great to see you, man.
It's great to see you, Jeff. Thanks for having us on.
Thanks for coming by. So Oddworld, we're talking about, all the years of E3 and being here for 25 years. I remember, Oddworld, original PlayStation, and what a classic game that was.
I saw your tweet, and you were 15,
yeah.
right? And we were stuck in a closet because we were going through legal disputes. We were stuck in a closet demoing the game while the whole everything else.
That was, what was it, like 96 or 7?
It was 96-ish, the first year.
Yeah.
And long time it's been.
I know, but still, it's like we love those classic franchises coming back. And you and your team have obviously been very devoted to Abe over the years, and you got this new project, which I know started. You guys, fan-funded some of it, and it's just been such a passion project for you guys to get.
Well, we self-funded.
Yeah,
self-funded. So we call it fan-funded because they were buying our library.
Yes. Okay.
And
right.
that enabled us to get there.
Yeah.
And when we started, I started the company in '94 with Sherry McKenna.
Yep.
And she's rode this with us ever since. But I made her sort of this promise of who these characters and what these stories were going to be about. And Abe's Odyssey sort of was a true reflection of that. And then time and business and games and building them and learning what you're actually doing and the nuances of business kind of got us a little off track from some of that narrative of this slave who would rise to change the world. And so today we're coming back with recent successes on New and Tasty and refocusing on let's get back to that original journey and let's get more into the consequences of achieving your ambitions, which is really gets to the sort of karmic influence of what's happening in our games. It's something we've always touched on, but we really want to push further this time.
Well, let's take a look here at Soulstorm, sort of the first gameplay of it. This is such a beautiful game done on the Unity engine. So tell us a bit about, it's still got the classic Oddworld gameplay, but really amped up. So tell us.
This is really, we really wanted to increase on, we wanted to evolve the retro model of the 2.5D, and we're pushing in ways we call 2.9D.
Yeah.
And we wanted to exploit the rich worlds that we create a lot more. So there's a lot more collecting, crafting, and sort of in the anarchist cookbook way of things. You're in a scavenger's economy.
Yeah.
And you need to find things that the man is selling you to basically convert into weapons or devices that you can use against the man trying to free your people. So it's it's very anarchistic at heart, but it starts really all about the heart. This is a guy that I've tried to make from the beginning be very apolitical.
Yeah.
He's not really aligned to any left or right. He's just trying to survive at the bottom of the food chain.
Well, I mean, the intensity of this, where it's got 2D but has some 3D elements to it, is incredible. And obviously, like the old Oddworld games, you're recruiting guys, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it was always about trying to build more empathetic connection to our characters, and so we found that was more successful with being able to talk to them, being able to have them follow you, being able to have you be responsible for their success and freedom, and then all the mishaps that happen along the way. So we have a whole cast of very vulnerable characters that are going through extremely violent conditions, and when you blow it, we sort of rely a bit on the comedy of the failure.
Yeah. No, that's part of the fun is that, with Oddworld, there's always that little tongue-in-cheek.
It's a bit twisted, but we try to keep it lighthearted.
And a lot of items. So I know when we were playing a few weeks ago, I mean, you're literally combining inventory items, kind of adventure game style. I mean, there's a lot there to.
So we inherited a lot from classics.
Yeah.
The RPG had a lot of things that we could borrow from. We really wanted to boost up in an economy, and traditionally Abe was more of a puzzler, platformer, one-off condition, puzzles. Yeah. We really wanted to enhance that to a much greater level, and that meant we had to get much more into various sets of economies. One being obviously is moolah economy, financial economy, and then the other being a spiritual economy. Yeah. So it's like you may have achieved your goal of escaping your oppressors, but how did you do it? And how you did it is going to affect you, your followers, and ultimately your destiny. And that we're actually starting to reflect on screen in real time. So after 6 games here now, we finally have all that happening on the screen. So we're pretty excited about how we think the audience might react to that, and it's getting kind of juicy.
Well, it's awesome to see that you've got gameplay here at E3. When can we expect this thing? Because I know it's a big project for a small team.
It is a big project for a small team. We've been working on it for 3 years already. We hope to be done in the next year, in 2020. We hope to be delivering. It's our target.
Yeah.
And but as I say, it's going to be great. It's got to be great, whether we're going to get slaughtered. We know how
the fans online want the best, but it said it, and also we have such a fond memory of a lot of these franchises, and it's great that they're back, but we want them to be fantastic.
We got to
do
it well, or they're not going to keep supporting us. So we're trying.
Awesome. Well, thank you for giving us a sneak peek here at
It's
E3.
my pleasure.
Have a great E3, Lauren. We've got so much more YouTube Live.